Hello, and welcome to What's Your Story? I'm Judi Moreo, your host, and we have an incredible guest for you today. Her name is Karen Sarmento, and Karen has been a nurse practitioner for 18 years. She is the CEO of her company, Sarmento Mentoring Services, and she is also a certified coach, a certified mentor. Let me put my glasses on so I can tell you this correctly. She is a Proctor Gallagher certified mindset mentor. She specializes in empowering women to tap into their true potential. And she understands the unique challenges faced by women because she too has battled some of the major challenges that we all challenge in our life and she's had in her life. She does not let that define her. She believes it's the challenges that have made her the limitless woman she is today. And she wholeheartedly believes we hold all the power within and that we should stand tall together in the pursuit of greatness. I'll go for that, won't you? And she served over thousands of women over the course of her career and has spent many years studying directly with world-class mentors to gain a deep understanding of the science behind human behavior and learning about the success principles that create lasting change and transformation. She will share her insights with you so we can feel unstoppable and limitlessness. I'm ready to be unstoppable and limitless. So, welcome, Karen. It's so nice to have you with us today.
Hello. Yes, I'm so excited to be here with you.
Thank you, Karen. What do you think was the catalyst for you making that leap over into entrepreneurship?
Oh, so it was a little bit of a process, but it was that little inner knowing that I had more in me, that I had a bigger purpose than what I was doing. And for a long time, I think I just ignored it, but it didn't go away. So,
I think a lot of us have that feeling that, there's something inside of us that's we're supposed to be doing something more or be something more. And, when are we going to learn to accept who we are?
no, and to just embrace that. I always say embrace the whisper because we always, not always, but all too often, I think we hear it and then we just kind of shove it away and think, who am I to do that? Or, well, that's for her, not for me. Or the limiting beliefs and the doubt creeps in.
Yes, I like that. Embrace the whispers within. Ooh, that's a book.
Isn't
That's
it?
a book,
It's
Karen.
on my, it is, it's on my website. I love it. But it is, it's a little subtle whisper. You could miss it if you're not paying attention.
Yes. What were some of the limiting beliefs that you had that were stopping you before and that you were able to overcome?
Yeah, I think that's such an important question. Um, I think all my life I've been a bit of a people pleaser. So there was always a little, um, I don't know, that tendency to just conform and do the logical next step, do the next thing that's expected of me. And got the degree, the job title, and things seemed to be okay. But it was about 10 years ago, my son's father, my fiance, passed away very unexpectedly in an accident. And that turned my world upside down.
Mhm.
And I began drinking and just completely checked out of life. And I have a son. He's going to be 19 now, doing amazing. But at the time, needed me as well, and I just wasn't present and I couldn't seem to get out of my own way. But when you have a big enough why, you find a way.
Mhm, mhm.
So that set me on a big personal development journey. And I think that's where the thoughts started to become bigger because I started to allow myself to think heal and start to embrace who I was and just get a little bit healthier mindset.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mhm.
What are some of your proudest moments in business?
Oh, my proudest moments by far are when I work with women, when I see another woman see herself the way I do.
Hmm. Hmm.
We don't see ourselves sometimes the way other people see us, and we don't see our greatness. And I think
Oh,
we play small.
you are so right. It is amazing to me how many women I know that don't see how really incredible they are. I had one lady sit next to me at a luncheon recently, and she leaned over and she said, I would really like to be somebody like you. And I
Oh,
said, wait, 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 what are you saying? She said, I want to be a somebody. I said, my goodness, you are somebody.
oh my gosh.
What do you mean? She goes, well, like everybody knows who you are, and nobody knows who I am. And I said, excuse me, I knew who you were before I walked in here today. We have to do some work on that. We are somebody, every single one of us.
Absolutely. Oh, that's such a
And
great.
I just believe, and I from what I'm hearing you say, you believe that too. There are so many women walking around thinking I'm not somebody.
I couldn't agree more. And when I think of the title of your show, the What's Your Story, oftentimes our story is so profound and it's so amazing. And it's actually what can catapult you to do amazing things. But rather, oftentimes the story makes us play small because
Yes,
it makes us feel small for whatever
yes.
the backstory is.
When you made this decision to go from being a nurse practitioner into running your own business, um, what were the challenges that you faced becoming a new entrepreneur?
Yes. I didn't tell anybody for the longest time because I didn't want any naysayers. I didn't want anybody to try to talk me out of it. And I was doing enough of that myself. So one of the biggest challenges was me believing that I could do it, believing I had something to offer. I think I really had to work on my own mindset to believe that I could do it. I knew deep down I had a message and had a mission, but the doubt always creeps in. Can I do this? Then it was the how. What's the next step? How do I even run a business? And that's still a learning process for sure. So
And and look at you today. Look at what a superstar you are. You know. So you look back at that person that was having all those doubts and wonder, why on earth did I ever feel that way?
absolutely. And then I say, you know what? I guess all that had to happen for me to kind of pivot into a whole nother direction and for me to really get shaken up and come back together a little bit, lot stronger, I should say.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I look back on my career and I do that too. I think, well, why didn't I believe in myself? Why didn't I have the confidence? I wasn't so bad, why was I giving myself a bad time? Do you think a lot of women do that?
Oh, I do. I do. And when they think of, say, their story, I think we let the mistakes or if they're even mistakes, they're all learning experiences, but we let those times when things didn't go as planned or we're ashamed or things we're guilty of, or we let those things define us and hold us back into this place of it's like a self-imposed boundary.
Oh, yes, yes. And why do we impose boundaries on ourselves, but very often we don't set them for other people?
Oh, isn't that unbelievable? I think because we have a set self-image of how we see ourselves, and that self-image is like a thermostat. So typically, you don't do much more than where your self-image is at, and you don't typically go much less. It's pretty consistent, and that self-image can be changed. But when the self-image is set pretty low self-image, then the results are fairly low as well.
Are there any particular steps I can take to change my self-image?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about too. Self-image, it's definitely it's an internal game. It's internal work. So really getting crystal clear on how you want to start showing up. Who do I need to be to accomplish the goals that I have? How
Mm,
would I need to show up? How would I talk, walk, dress, speak? And it can be those simple changes that we start to incorporate daily. Simple things like holding your head up, putting your shoulders back. Little by little, you create new neural pathways and you start to show up differently.
mhm. Mhm, mhm. That self-talk is so important, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's one of those things, it's so simple to um a simple thing that you can do differently, but yet sometimes the things that are simple to do are simple not to do. So it's really catching yourself.
Yes. I teach affirmations to people, and I also teach art at the university. And I had a class last week that was whining and whining and whining about their pictures weren't looking the way they wanted. So I whipped out a sheet I'd written up of artist affirmations, and I made the whole class stand up and read it out loud together. And they were laughing so hard. These are adults, right, in my class, and they were laughing so hard. And I said, "You take this sheet and you read it every day." And bless his heart, next week, one of the young men came back and he said, "Miss Moreo, I put that page of affirmations right on my mirror in the bathroom." And he said, "I did it every day. And, I started getting more confidence. I was starting to paint better pictures." And I was like, "You see, I told you to do that." But like you say, we forget to do that. And if we
Mhm.
try something new, we sometimes don't think, right, to take that affirmation into that new area. And so in self-awareness, can they do that? Can they affirm, "I am self-aware," and become more aware?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Good,
absolutely.
good. Okay, so we're gonna do that, folks. I am self-aware. I'm good at what I do. People like me. I like them. Right?
Yes, that's it right there. And add a little emotion and feeling when you're doing it. So it isn't like when you're looking in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye. It's really powerful.
Oh, I like that. Look yourself in the eye and feel emotion when you're saying it. Just say
Mhm.
to yourself, "I love you," and that's hard to do. To look in the mirror and say, "I love you," isn't it?
It is. And
Why are
to
we that way? Why don't we love ourselves?
I know. And it's like a worthiness issue. And I think it's been cultivated over time, over the course of the years, just figuring out who we are, but taking it in from cultural beliefs, friends, family, society. And
Mhm.
then little by little, we
Mhm.
start to play small.
Yeah, we do. We do. I
Mm.
get so frustrated with us because I just know that we have so much more to offer the world, and so many of us are just beating ourselves up. We would never say to our best friend the things we say to ourselves.
We would never. No, you won't hesitate to give somebody else a compliment and say how beautiful they look, or your hair looks amazing, or you're so pretty. But we would never say that to ourselves looking in the mirror
Yeah.
without an effort.
And when we do something wrong, I mean, how many of us go, "Oh, I'm so stupid."
Yeah. And then we'll revisit the mistake over and over again.
Oh,
Um, yes, that's
yes.
one of the things I love for to teach women to do is we spend so much time revisiting a mistake or revisiting something we're ashamed of. We go back to it over and over again, but we don't spend much time going back to the things that we did that were pretty amazing.
Yeah, so how can we turn loose of that? That thing we keep revisiting. How can we stop that habit?
Yeah, I think feeling it, going through it, acknowledging it, and then sometimes even writing it down and burning it. But I
Oh,
think
I like that.
really, yeah, and then letting it go. I think the negative experiences do have to be felt and do have to be experienced and moved through. Um, and depending on the severity of what the incidents are, certainly have to be worked through and then let go and then move forward with a lesson because there's
Yes,
always
and
something.
wouldn't it help to have a mindset coach like you
Yeah,
that could, help us move through that?
absolutely, it would. So I'll never be without a mentor of some sort in my life because it's just that community. It's the accountability. It's the constant learning, constant growing.
Yes, I
Mhm.
think sometimes we don't realize that we can ask for help. We can get a mentor, we can get a coach, we can just ask somebody, "Help me get through this." Sometimes we're too ashamed to admit we're going through it.
Oh, I know. And that's the worst when you feel like you're alone. And that's the other piece of having community or having a mentor. You realize you're not alone, that everybody's going through the same stuff. in one capacity or another.
Exactly. So, Karen, as our time is growing near, I want to know, what kind of impact are you hoping to make on the world?
I am hoping to help other women realize that no matter what your history is, no matter where you are now, that you are limitless and you're capable of anything at all. So to dream big, think big, and you're not alone. So to always know that there's a community, know that you're capable of anything.
Are we? Are we capable of anything?
We are. We are. I believe we are limitless. I truly do.
And so I need to step out of my comfort zone. How am I going to get the courage to do that?
That's a good question. So I think it starts with the awareness that you're looking to do something new, looking to, I know I'm meant for more, and I'm not going to let that feeling go. Questioning the doubts that come up for sure. And then a big why. What's your reason for it? My son was my big why. And that was when things got hard or things got tough or I was doubting. That was my why. I'd always come back to it.
It's so true. It's so true. Well, I cannot believe the time has just flown by for us. I absolutely have loved having you on the show. I hope we'll have you back again sometime soon and talk more about mindset, because I think this is so important in the world today when there's so much negativity out there. Would you tell my audience how they can reach you, how they can get in touch with you if they need some coaching or they need some mentoring? It would be great for them to know how to reach you.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me here. It was a lot of fun. It was such a pleasure. You can find me. I have a website, karensarmento.com. And you can book a call there. Facebook, certainly message me there anytime. But on my website, there's an opportunity to book a call as well. And then I have a Facebook group for women. And that's just a free community, lots of information. We're in the middle of a self-image challenge as we speak. So
wonderful. You know, that's a good thing to try, a self-image challenge. How does that work?
Mm-hmm. So it started on September 1st, but it's never too late to join. Just a daily task that you can start incorporating to your day-to-day life. And it's kind of like the building blocks and simple things. Power pose was day one, standing with your head up, shoulders back, walking with purpose, defining who you want to be, acting as if, smiling. We have got a whole lot of things in store.
Wonderful. That sounds great. I think I'm going to join it. Now, is the Facebook page under your name? Can we find it under your name?
So that's under Sarmento Mentoring Services.
Okay.
But it's a great community, very supportive, very all women, and it's a private group as well. So I welcome.
So we can go there and ask to join, and then when we're approved, we can get in on this challenge this month, right?
Absolutely. Jump on in.
Oh, I love it. Karen, thank you so much. I'm going to do it myself. I think it'll be fun. And ladies out there, I think join in. I think you're going to enjoy it. I love the small challenge every day of especially like what if, that's kind of really cool.
Yes. And those little small challenges make it manageable. It doesn't seem like it's insurmountable.
Yes. You are so fun. I want to have you back again soon. Thank you.
Oh, I'd be honored. I had such a great time with you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being here with us today. As you can see, we always have incredible guests, and Karen Sarmento certainly is one of those wonderful people who I think we all need to get to know a little better and to help us with our own mindset issues. And so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.